So next month, America's Got Talent is going to be holding auditions in my hometown of Boise, Idaho. And since this news has got out, we've got a lot of people coming out of the woodworks that think that they're singers. And when I say think that they're singers, I don't mean like in a jealousy type. I mean you've never sang before in your life and now it's always been your lifelong dream. Now some of them have actually been musicians for quite a long time and are taking this as their one shot. And for anybody that's an actual musician that's trying out, I understand why they're doing it. We're all fighting the good fight, we all want to get noticed, we all want to make it with our music. But a good majority of the people that are signing up for this are not singers. They never aspired to be. They haven't put any sort of work into being a singer. They haven't put any sort of effort into learning what it takes to be a successful singer. They haven't taken any time to work on their voices. A good majority of them probably sing in the shower, and they just want to get noticed. Now look, there's nothing wrong with taking every single opportunity you can to make your dream happen. People that achieve their dreams work their asses off. Look, I can't be a chef just because I know how to make macaroni and cheese. I can't be a doctor because I know how to put on a Band-Aid. And that's kind of the idea that these, not only America's Got Talent, but all of these talent show, reality shows are selling. You don't have to work at it. We will give it to you, at least as long as you'll play our game. The reason that I kind of get annoyed when these things come around is when I tell somebody I'm a musician and that I really put a lot of effort into what I do, good or bad, I work hard at it. Their only response is, why don't you try out for The Voice? Why don't you try out for American Idol? Whatever show happens to be popular on TV at that time. And the reason that I'm asked this so often, and why all musicians are really asked this whenever they're anywhere close to being good at music, is because that is the image that we are being shown by our media. If you want to be a famous musician, don't work your ass off and get shows at local venues and play and gain a fan following. Just go on our show and play the contest. The internet is changing music completely, in a good way. In the past, you might have to impress some big music executive, and they basically picked and chose who makes it and who doesn't. It had nothing to do with your voice, it had nothing to do with your talent necessarily, it just had to do with your image. And that's what music has been up to this point, because it's been run by the music industry. But now, we have the internet, and now we're all self-starters in whatever you want to do. Photography, music, YouTube show. You can do anything you want. And now that music is distributed so freely across the internet, you literally do have to be good to be heard. Nobody gives a shit if you don't put effort into it. That's how the internet works now. It really is the choice of the people, not big music executives. So to me, these shows are like a last-ditch effort by the record companies to control music. It's run just like any other record company. I mean, all the entertainment is already accounted for. You are not the main source of entertainment on these shows, and neither is anybody else who is a contestant. The show is in the characters that they choose to be the judges, and the show is in the sob story. Now look, I'm all for somebody coming out of intense circumstances and making a name for themselves. I think that is awesome. But they're not looking for somebody with musical talent. They're looking for the best come-up story, the best character for their show. That's all you are. You're a character. Now, if you want to be a musician and you want to put the work in and gain a following and have some fans of your own, it might not be as many, but they are definitely more diehard than those motherfuckers on that show. The saddest part about all this is that once America's Got Talent's auditions are over, some of us might make it, but a good majority of you will not. Now, what are you going to do when you don't? My question is, are you going to go back to your day job? Was that your only attempt at being a musician? Because if so, you didn't want it. Or are you going to go back to doing what you've always been doing? See, real musicians have been doing this. Real musicians don't need America's Got Talent to show up and pick them up. They're promoting themselves now. You don't tell them no. Anyway, that's just my opinion on it. But don't take my opinion on it. Take the opinion of people that have actually clawed their way up and are now stars. I'm going to leave you with some words from Bruce Dickinson and Dave Grohl. In the words of Bruce Dickinson, I don't understand these kids auditioning for X Factor claiming they just want to make music. Cut the crap. Let me introduce to you the kid teaching himself how to play guitar. the busker in the train station, the guys and girls recording their own demos and playing the small venues, the unpublished songwriter with countless books full of lyrics, the people who just want to be heard, who want to express themselves, their creativity, and their artistic worth. They are the ones who just want to make music. They are the real artists. Anybody auditioning for the X Factor, it's because they want to be famous. Period. Otherwise, they'd already be out there making music. And as Dave Grohl famously said, when I think about kids watching a TV show like American Idol or The Voice, then they think, oh, okay, that's how you become a musician. You stand in line for 8 fucking hours with 800 people at a convention center, and then you sing your heart out for someone, and then they tell you it's not fucking good enough. Can you imagine? It's destroying the next generation of musicians. Musicians should go to a yard sale and buy an old fucking drum set and get in their garage and just suck. And then get their friends to come in and they'll suck too. And then they'll fucking start playing, and then they'll have the best time they've ever had in their lives, and then all of a sudden they've become Nirvana. Because that's exactly what happened with Nirvana. Just a bunch of guys that had some shitty old instruments, and then they got together and started playing some noisy ass shit. And they became the biggest band in the world. That can happen again. You don't need a fucking computer, or the internet, or The Voice, or American Idol. So that's what's been on my mind recently, and I thought I'd put it on a video and see what you guys think about it. So go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment box below. And be sure to follow my shit on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitter and all that fun shit. And thanks for watching, all 12 of you subscribers. I appreciate you.